Everything's serious to me. Isn't that a shame? Poor dad. That's my curse, crew. Everything's serious to try and make sure you guys are okay. Hey everyone, welcome back to today. We didn't get a chance to give you a bit of an intro and a heads up on what we did today, so I'm just doing a recap now. And the reason is that one of the things we told ourselves we would do while we were in Tulum is drop into Eddie and Brooke Farrell's Muay Thai gym. So Eddie and Brooke, Australian fighters, they went over to Thailand. They had a gym there during COVID. They probably weren't happy with the way that expats were getting treated by the government and also by the citizens. So they said, let's go to a country where we can get treated better. And they came to Mexico. Big punt, set up their gym in Tulum. And look, it's probably, I think it might be a year or 18 months old, but pretty solid. So when I said, okay, we'll go and do this, so I texted, Brooke, actually Eddie, through a couple of weeks back and said I'm going to be there. I'm old and fat and broken, got injuries and stuff. And he said, yeah, it's okay. And I was going to do the fundamentals class, and Selena was giving me a bit of shit. So I said, all right, I'll go to do the fighters class. Now the fighters are fighting in 2 weeks, so they had to, they've ramped it up. They've ramped up their fitness and things. So I wasn't nervous as such, but I was just aware that I had to kind of not be hungover and crook. So I didn't even drink last night. So that's just, I had a little milkshake and went to bed. Woke up 10 times through the night. Didn't want to be late, so made sure we got there. Training was at 7:30, finished at 9. Got in there. There was 22 boys on the mat for the fighters training at 7:30 in the morning. Was walking there, it started raining. So I turned up in wet everything. So training in wet everything, it all gets wet, and eventually anyway, you start sweating in about the first 5 minutes. So look, class was good. Class was intense. Class was very focused on getting the boys' bodies into condition, did some body conditioning, thumping into each other a bit, and had the intensity on the fitness up a bit. But look, the lads there are really good. You could easily expect that because the boys are fighting in 2 weeks, they just want to be in their own zone. They were very accommodative of me, just happy for me to be joining in with them. Thumped into me a bit and do all that sort of stuff, but didn't sort of see me as a hindrance to getting in the road of anything, just sort of let me go through, push me where I needed to be pushed. I nearly died at the end when we were trying to do everything. I'm just lying down. I couldn't do half the stuff. I'm carrying 10 kilos more than I should be carrying. And I know that. So anyway, so that was training. Basically I'm dying on the floor, and then Selena and crew finally turn up. I didn't get any footage of us training for this, just not kind of the done thing. I don't want to be that guy turning up to training, but also like, hey, so I didn't get any footage of us. Selena might have got a snap of me or something. So basically, as soon as I got up and I was from dying, Selena was on the mats. So I went over and bloody died a bit, and eventually after Selena out of class, we all limped home, busted up, and basically then walked downtown in the super heat for some lunch, and then did a big circle and walked crew around to some training, and so which crew actually loved. His trainer was great, so it was really good, and crew's got good balance on his feet. I like it. So anyway, guys, look, shout out to Tulum Muay Thai. We have got some stuff to do tomorrow, so we can't be there, but we'll be back there Wednesday and potentially Friday again. So I've been to a fair few gyms in Australia and had a look around, and you might get 6 or 8 guys to a fighters class. To have 22 in the morning and then having them all back up again in the evening is pretty solid. Fundamentals class had about 20 as well, and then even this afternoon there was some boys floating in, floating out who were getting ready. So look, there would probably be, I would have to say that they would have to have probably 50 core people who are training properly to fight, and then probably 50 floater in and floater out. It's great to meet some Australian boys. It's interesting meeting Australian people over here who are never going home for various reasons, and I don't know how they. But it's just I rate the gym. They've done they've obviously done a really good job to have that big an attraction to people who actually want to improve their skills and fights. I know they're fighting in 2 weeks. There's some bare knuckle rope only fights, and they've got a heap of fights on, so it'd be pretty interesting to look at those fights. Those boys are looking super fit and super hard. So you know what, on those fights those night, if you're in Tulum in 2 weeks, I think it's Saturday the 20th, I would definitely be going to see those fights. There'll be some carnage. So anyway, guys, that's enough from us. We are absolutely rooted. I'm going to crack a quick beer, have a shower, and probably get on to work. So, all right, I will talk to you again tomorrow. See ya. Okay guys, so as crew just said, we just pulled up at our taxi at the public beach at Tulum. As soon as we jumped out, all these black clouds came over and it's looking like it's going to bucket down. Look, it buckets down every day. It just depends on what time. So as I said earlier, you've got to get used to walking around in wet clothes when you're in the Caribbean. And also at the moment, this time of year, that Caribbean has a lot of problem with seaweed and seagrass, so very different from the beaches that we're used to in Australia. Just going to turn the camera around and have a bit of a look at this over here, so you can see what washes up on the beach and kind of makes the beaches a bit unsightly. Is this sort of seagrass, and this is something that happens, I'm pretty sure, just with the water, temperature change. It's seasonal. It happens this time of year all the time, puts off a funny smell. It's been happening for centuries, so it's nothing new. Please don't think it's my fault for driving my car, because it's not. So it's just that, and the reason that this would probably surprise most people is that this view of Tulum Beach with all of the seaweed and seagrass is never on a postcard. It's never used as marketing, so you know, you would never think that this is actually, you know, how it kind of is. Look, it doesn't worry me. It's just, I suppose, when you come from Queensland in Australia, we have some of the best beaches in the world, and they're warm and they're sandy, and they're long and they're, you know, wide beaches and nice sand. Look, the sand here is very fine, so it's nice sand. It's not gritty like some of the beaches you get into, but yeah, look, I don't know, what we've got in Australia is pretty special. However, this is only a very small section of the beach, so gonna have a look. What do we got over here? Well, we've got some dumbbells in the sand. Somebody's working out. Red Foo's been over here. Looks like you can rent some little cabanas or something up there. Oh, they got mirrors up there as well. But I'm not sure if you can see it, but I'll go up to the clouds. Yeah, look at that. Yep. We just turned up. We just turned up and we're gonna get caught in a big downpour, and so, you know what? Normally I'll just go sit somewhere and have a few drinks, play a game of pool, wait for the rain to pass over. It might take a few hours. It'd be nice if I had my laptop, I could do some work. But I've got a 9-year-old boy. What the hell? You know what? Bringing kids on holidays sometimes is the worst. You're just not flexible. You're not swift. You can't make quick decisions. You can't do stuff. And you know what? It really is true. Look, caveat, love my boy to death. He's actually really cool. He's actually fun to be around. But you're only as strong as your weakest link in a chain, right? So, you know, you can't fly by the seat of your pants, unfortunately, which sucks a little bit. So let's have a look at these guys up here. Up in front of me. Yeah, it looks like, I'm not sure, they're obviously little resorts that you can hire, you know, for like super expensive money. You can stay on this seagrass beach. There's kids up there playing in the seagrass. It has got an odour. It has got a funny smell. So I don't know. Look, it's still the beach. It's still not Toowoomba. It's still not Australia. We don't see many rules around here, which is good. Everyone's just kind of flowing with the flow, which is what we want to do. So I don't know. What do you think, crew? Crew, what's your impression of the beach?
Terrible.
Terrible? Why is that?
Seaweed everywhere.
Seaweed everywhere. Well, do you know that happens at this time of year when like a certain water temperature, like over here, and the seasonal summer, it all washes up here. So this is a Caribbean phenomena. It's not just this beach. It happens in this part of the world at this time of year. The seagrass. You weren't expecting that, were you? Nah. Well.
Mum's not going in the water because there's too much seaweed.
Well, it won't. It's not rocks. It won't hurt you.
I know, but Mum.
She doesn't like swimming with the seaweed. Well, we'll see. If the sun comes right back out, we might do it. I'm more worried about, look at that. Big lot of storm.
We got some pretty good waves.
And there's actually some pretty good waves. So as long as there's no rips, we could, it might be okay.
But Mum's just going to have a sleep.
I beg your pardon?
Mum's just going to have a sleep.
Mum's just going to have a sleep. Okay, well, Mum's allowed to. She's allowed to have a rest.
But she's too scared of seaweed.
Well, no.
Wait, there's some heat. We're going to go indoors and eat while the storm goes by.
Sorry, what'd you say, sweetheart?
We're going to have something to eat.
You want something to eat first? Crew, have you had breakfast? What'd you have for breakfast?
Air.
Air.
Yep.
Was it tasty?
Yep.
How much did the air cost?
$0.
$0. Well, how much is that in pesos?
0 pesos.
0 pesos. Good work. That was a trick question. All right, Selena wants to find somewhere to camp and have a coffee and wait for the storm to pass over. It is about to bucket down, I think. So, you know what, crew? I don't mind swimming in the seaweed with you. I do not want to swim in the storm because it gets all a bit different. And I'm not familiar with this water and the currents and stuff, so Anyway, maybe I'm being a pussy.
Yeah, probably.
So are they setting up tables up there, Selena, or are they pulling them down? Not sure? Alright. Okay guys, it looks like we're going to try and find somewhere to sit up the back here somewhere. And might have to end up getting a coffee and keeping everyone happy, and then waiting for this. The storm's about to come down, so I'll just stop filming. We'll get back to you soon. See ya. Oh no, there she is. Coming back. Oh, here comes the rain. Here comes the rain. Yes, Selena, I got your chrono. Just relax.
So guys, today we headed on down to Tulum Beach, just the public beach we came to. So we were going to try and hire a bike, but that was not successful. They're all booked out. So we ended up catching a taxi down to the beach, and we came across Cinco. So Cinco was a beach club basically, but it always has accommodation. As you can see behind me, accommodation is tents. So probably glamping more so than our basic old tents, but I did notice that it's share bathrooms. So we came in here and had some brekkie slash brunch. We had an omelette, crew had hot cakes, hot chocolate coffees, and then while the storm went past, then we actually went down and sat down at the front on the beach. Look, disappointing, but disappointing for actually the Caribbean with this seaweed issue they have going on. It goes on for about 3 months of a year, where the two oceans meet. Apparently it causes an issue. The seaweed then builds up, apparently goes all the way down this coastline. Smells a little bit, but not too bad. Look, when we first got here, seaweed was tolerable when you went in the water. At this point of the day, which is about 3:30, but about 2 it started to thicken up. The new water starts to come in and pushes the seaweed as a mass, and it starts to get it just a little bit over the top. But look, we've had a great day on the beach. We've had some beers. We actually then had red snapper grill, which is really nice. So, but 100 peso for 100 grams. So it was a 900 gram piece of fish grilled. So 900 peso, but you know what? Quite a nice feed. Really well done. Can't fault that at all. So I think today at Beach Clubs cost us just over 2,000 peso, which isn't too bad. We got great little like beanbag chairs. We got a table. You got a little area to put your private stuff in a lock-in like box on the beach. The water was just there. Crew could play. Everything was really close. I would like to see this beach when the seaweed's not here, but apparently this is the time of year where it's here and it goes on for 3 months. So we may come back hopefully if we get time to see it in its natural beauty. You can see what it would look like. There's little bits of the blue ocean, and you can see that it would be absolutely stunning when the seaweed's not here. So But look, Tulum so far has been good to us. We're probably now going to catch a taxi back to our hotel. But yeah, this was Cinco. Cinco was very nice. I'd really like to see inside the tents, but we're not staying here. I hate to see what they're like in the rain. And I noticed they do have covers over the tents for when the coconuts fall. So looks really cool though. Only takes 2 people, so we probably couldn't stay here with crew anyway. So, but highly promote Cinco.
No, get rid of Dad.
I'll get rid of that. Highly promote Cinco Beach Club at Tulum Beach. It's been awesome. See you guys.
Hey guys, welcome back. So today after we got back eventually from Tulum Beach, another 400 pesos for a 5-minute taxi drive back from the beach. Kicked in, did a bit of work, and we couldn't be bothered going very far to get something to eat. It was also raining, so just out the back door of our hotel, past the pizza place. It's a place called Mama Azul. They call themselves a Mexican canteen. There's no Mexican food in here, but what we did have, you guys had a pasta that was pretty damn tasty, and I had beef short rib with 3 moles, specific sauces that have been pounded up. Really good. So if you are here, I definitely can recommend that dish. Flavours that are just pretty damn special actually. So look, not the cheapest restaurant to eat at, but we're in the area where as guests and things you're trapped here with all the resort style foods and the resort style prices, but at least this one was tasty. So anyway guys, we're pretty beat tomorrow morning. Got to get back to training, so no beers for me tonight. Just got to go back and do some work as usual, and I'll be talking to you all soon. Alright, see ya.